talking the boatmen. It's a couple of white dudes.
God, it just
Bobby D. Bobby D.
He gets better and better.
You talking the boatman?
Oh,
Bobby
you
D?
better believe it. The old
yeah.
Greek salute right there.
We don't give two shits about him or COVID.
No, not really. So what do you, kind of another crazy week. I mean, it seems like just when there's some sanity.
Where are we at here? What's the date, Bobby?
It's, I don't know, 26th, I think, in June, 25th.
End of June, anyway. End of June.
We're getting to the...
Hotter than the hubs of hell.
Oof. Holy mackerel. You could fry an egg on the sidewalk.
Almost too hot to drink whiskey.
Well, that's why that's why you're doing the beer right now. See, and pretty soon it's going to start cooling off, and then we'll be right back on the brown. So we got the 4th of July coming up next week. I can't wait to see how that's all going to play out. How with the fireworks and.
Canceling fireworks shows everywhere. I suppose where we live, fireworks are legal. You can have them a few days before and a few days after.
Sure.
But the main big town one's canceled. I know a couple of the smaller ones around are going to go. But, again, I guess they don't want the crowds. Numbers are spiking around the country. What do you attribute that to, Bobby?
Well, it's a numbers thing. I think the first thing that I would attribute it to really is the increase in testing. Yeah. I mean, I know they're trying to scare us that, we're all this is the Black Plague of the 14th century of Europe, but it's not.
I heard a thing today that they were talking this morning on our local talk radio. They keep talking about the positive cases, but what's the death rate? What is the actual death rate? 0.2%.
Yeah, I was going to say
0.2%.
Okay. So we have 2 million cases, according to one of your big news outlets. 2 million cases, and I'm not great at math, and 120,000 deaths.
Yeah. Well, and these talking heads on the news media, I was watching them the other night. They actually, Chris Wallace asked one of these idiot tenured liberal professors from somewhere, how come the numbers aren't rising due to the protests? Oh, well, they were outside and they were doing social distancing and, oh my God, dude, their hypocrisy, it is unbelievable. It's just like shutting the small businesses, leaving the big ones open. I mean, I don't think people are going to go for a second wave shutdown. I think they're going to tell them government officials to fuck off. They are so inconsistent with their information and with what they're trying to herd us around and do that I think people are fed up. And I could be wrong, and you can correct me. I don't care. I won't answer you. I give two fucks about your opinion, really. But if it's a virus, doesn't everybody get it?
Now that I'm not I just play a scientist on YouTube. I don't know. If you're not exposed to it, you're not going to get it. But here's my question, going back to what you just said. First of all, shouldn't his answer first have been, how do you know that it hasn't been because of the protesters? Yeah. Unless you go out there swabbing everybody that's protesting, how can you really know?
Well, they have swabbed some of them and found them positive. So, it's got to spread. And it's younger people that are spiking the numbers.
I did see that today, that it's down to, like, the mean age is now in the 30s.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, all the scientists are saying it mutates, it changes.
So now, again, calling it COVID-19 only is like saying that we have one type of hepatitis.
Right. It's one type of flu.
It's ridiculous. And by next winter, how many are we going to be dealing with?
Sure.
And I know
right now we're
not
the
science
windows
guys,
open and we're outdoors and
and quarantining. And let's say we have a bad winter in 2020, which the way everything else is going in 2020, why would you think anything else?
Why not?
So I think, again, and this is one of our underlying themes, what has to prevail eventually in modern America is common sense. We're going to have to go back and revive common sense and start getting to where people can just get good information and let individuals decide for themselves.
We got to stop with these labels and all this name calling and all this crap. You can't say anything without being you're a xenophobe or a homophobe or Jesus Christ, some kind of phobe, and we just don't give two shits about that. Really, we don't.
I don't. There's two things
I don't care what.
I don't like labels, and the other thing that I've really grown tired of is hyphenating America. I can't stand that.
Yeah, just be an American, huh?
It's,
Well, I
it's-
got to be a white American or a brown American or a black American or Native American. I'm a Native American. You look up Native in the dictionary and it says born
so you're-
to.
so you're born here in-
Indigenous to.
You were born in America.
I was born in America, so
Because-
I'm Native. I
But
mean,
because of my
Jesus.
grandfather, I'm a Native American too. Because he left one of those European shitholes 100 years ago. 'cause
Yeah,
he
came
didn't,
here.
He didn't want to fight in the war and came here and sent 2 of his kids to college.
You know, it's like
literally
the whole slave thing. You know, it wasn't whites that started slave trading. It was blacks in Africa and Muslims, and who still owns slaves? Muslims. You know,
Slave
I mean,
labor.
you know,
what about all
come
the
on,
slave
man.
labor that that were walking around wearing these $400 pairs of Nikes that are made by 8-year-olds that make 75 cents
Well,
a
and
day?
how about the slave labor mentality to be stupid enough to buy a $400 pair of Nikes and to have to work that hard to pay for a pair of goddamn tennis shoes
I'll
that cost them 35 cents?
I'll just put it on my credit card.
Yeah. Well, I'll wait for my stimulus check and I'll get me some new Nikes. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh.
And some whiskey and a big sack of weed.
Checkmate.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm going to do.
Sounds good.
Wash your hands.
You filthy animals, and like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Maybe we won't be back if you like and subscribe.
They wished.